So for those that are watching through the EU portal, you are getting Twister coins regardless of whether I have a match or not. For those that are watching from other servers, I don't know exactly how it works. I've asked Wargaming for clarification, but I haven't gotten any. So I honestly have no idea how that will work. And if you get coins for watching EU server, basically. But yeah, hopefully you will, because I don't know if every server has a streamer. I've not heard much about it in any case. And yeah, it's always nice to get free stuff. And with the Twister coins you get during one stream, you generally get one Twister crate. And that can get you the Bulldog, which is a really fun tank. And really derp tank in a way, because it has great HE pen. And even though it's not derp, in my opinion, any tank that can do damage with lots of HE bullets is more or less a derp tank. So yeah, it's 3 minutes now until the reset, which generally means that I probably should have gotten a room by now. So I have a feeling that the first room will not be there, and that I'll actually be able to just play some games for you guys, and hopefully not disappoint you too much with my skills on the PC. I'm definitely a touch player, and the games that I've been having on PC are mostly just me trying to understand how it works. And to be fair, I'm not all that good at it yet, so I really have to think about what button does what exactly and everything. So yeah, for now I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up with my game and the delay and everything, because I use a 5-minute delay, and this has everything to do with that the teams that I'm streaming or will be streaming will not be able to see each other's lineups before the match has actually begun. And by the time they would see the lineups, it generally means that they are already in the battle, or that the battle is already over. So that generally works best for me. Wargaming likes a 3-minute one, but I think that is a bit tricky. Not that I expect people to be cheating, but on the offhand that someone is feeling rather naughty, this just takes it away from them and they won't even have the option. So in the meantime, you're basically admiring my pretty mouse in the garage with the shattered ice camouflage, which I still think looks best on it. And basically you see what all I have. I've got a lot less credits than I had last night, because I've been equipping some tanks and getting some tanks. And that's basically, I'm always short on credits these days. So I would prefer to grind credits, but again, on a PC, I like driving something that is noob friendly. And even though the mouse is not necessarily noob friendly, it does have a ton of armor. And that means that I can bounce a lot of shells in it, whether I do good or not. So we'll see what happens. The room should have definitely been up, so I know for sure now that the first match I will not have a match to commentate on. But after that I will have R2K going up against, let's see, we don't actually know yet, but it could be Alert, Codex, BGK, CZ Pre, Hapkey, or Unknown. And there's quite some good competition in there, so it should be really interesting matches from here on out. And we'll have the semi-finals and the finals for tonight, which hopefully will be filled with pretty OP tanking, to be honest, and pretty awesome teamwork all around. I remember Codex from earlier this year from the spring tournament, and they were one of the clans that impressed me the most with the gameplay, because they, at least then, I don't know how it is now, but back then they really thought outside the box and they did some pretty amazing stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play. I secretly hope that we'll be seeing them tonight, but we'll see. Right now I'm starting the stream through YouTube and just waiting for the button to pop up, because YouTube is always a bit slow with that kind of stuff. But then you will actually see what I've been talking about for the last 5 minutes without actually just being it live, because like I said, 5 minutes delay and everything. So that should start now. I am pressing the button. I'm just hoping that it actually does it. Come on. There we go. Okay, now we're actually live with a 5-minute delay. So you will be seeing this in 5 minutes. And I've got no room, so I'm gonna be taking you into some... I've got lower tier missions, I bet, because I've been trying to ace my lower tier tanks. But for your benefit, I will be driving tier 10 in order not to bore you guys too much. So I've got encounter mode and supremacy on right now. And I'm gonna see what happens. And in 31 minutes, we will be actually getting some tournament gameplay. But if you do stay and watch, this means that you do get Twister coins and everything. So it might be worth hanging around, or at least having the stream on in the background while you do whatever it is you want to do. So let's see what's going on. That enemy, Object 263, has a very interesting name. I hope they don't expect too much of me, because like I said, I'm completely noob when it comes to PC playing. I'm really not used to controls and everything. So I want to go desert. I don't even know how to send signals. I'm just gonna cut through the desert there. I did switch off the auto aim thingy. Well, the zoom thingy, the manual zoom is now on. So I should be able to sniper mode even more effectively. And sniper mode is definitely the thing that I like the most. So yeah, hopefully that will work out for me. I have an E100 with me. And I'm just gonna be derping a little bit. See what happens. We do have more mediums than they do, so hopefully that will give us an edge. Hello. E100, I would like you a lot more if you didn't push into me. I am a mouse, so I have a lot of armor. But overall, I like it more. Yeah. I am a mouse, feel free to bounce on me. You will get the Twister coins awarded to you after the stream has ended. I don't like the look of that A3. I'm gonna shot in the ass. That's not nice. Yes, we need to hurt you the most quickly. Oh, come on. Don't hide from me, please. By the way, Lopani is actually moderating the chat tonight. So I'm gonna be trusting him to do whatever it is that is needed. That is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. Wah, that's not very nice. We have a waffle that is not gonna last long. Yeah, figured as much. And then we have the Object 263 that might actually stand a bit of a chance if he manages to do this effectively, which is not really happening because he is getting shot. Personally, I don't get why people say easy, because it's so incredibly rude to do that. This IS-7 is special, but so is the Object. But he does manage to get that kill, and then he's just 4 tanks left to kill, and I have a feeling that he's not going to be able to do that. Unless he aims very well. That's the second one. Wow, nice job. Just 3 left to go. Among which is the E3 that I have a feeling has quite a bit of a clue. This is always funny. A lot of people say gold noob when people use Premo, but the thing is, Premo is a tool, and it generally means that it will help you in the game, and it will help you get better in the game. So why would you not use it? Why would you avoid using Premo, and why would you think it is a noob thing to do if it wins you the game? That is, well, I was gonna say it's a very lucky object, but not really, because he still lost. But yeah, not all too bad again for PC. I'm not disappointed when I do nearly, well, 2.5k damage is not bad. It's most damage on my teammate even. But that says more about the teams than anything else. And just so you know, I'm not going to be watching the messages that I get in the game right now. And that has everything to do with the fact that people could be telling me something that is private. And I don't want to basically air that, so to speak. Like I said to people, you will get Twister coins at the end of the stream. They basically, Wargaming assigns them after the stream has ended. So you need to check that and take that into account when you're watching the stream. It will eventually arrive on your channel. So keep that in mind. So let's see, I can do another mouse match. We have some time before the next match actually starts, which is in 25 minutes. I'm just gonna say at the end of the stream, not during. There we go. Yes, I agree, mouse is definitely boring, but there's not much else I can do, so you have to live with it. I can try a different tank, but it will be in a different tier. Because, well, frankly, I'm a noob at PC. This is definitely all new to me, and I'm not good at it. I like how people are asking about the coins, even though I've just explained it. Not much else I can do for you guys. You just have to be patient and wait until the end of the stream before you get them. I'm just gonna see what's going on. Still not sure how the zoom thingy works. I would like to have an enemy to shoot at now, please. I have a feeling they might just all be... Oh, hello. No, wrong button. That's the one I wanted. Oh, that had dirt. That's useless. Yes, feel free to try and shoot me. I am a mouse. I'm not that afraid of you. And if I can keep you shooting me so that you don't actually hit my team, then all the better. There we go. E5, just stay. No, don't pull back. Don't push forward, I mean. I can't shoot you if you're there. But I can shoot that guy. That was not a nice shot. That was mean. Why'd they shoot me? You'd almost think this was a violent game where you're supposed to shoot it. Let's see what else we can find in the form of enemies. Well, that was useless. At least I bounced him. We have an M103 all the way to the back there. Nice, T30 is dead now. So that definitely helps. Meh. No, wait, wrong one. This is... I'm not used to... Ow! Okay, that's a good one to know. No, that side. When I'm pulling back, I always have the wrong buttons in mind. Because I'm not used to that. So you can see me switching buttons quite often. Hello, IS-8, so that's where you went. I kind of want to push forwards. I don't want to get shot by a TD though. But at the same time, we're not getting anywhere with this. So I have to do something. Oh, it's the T95 that shot. Okay. And I know some of them are in the corner over there. Shall I see if I can kill off the IS-8, see what happens. Let me go and do that. And just be troll, see if I can cap the base. How did that guy even die? Wow, that was amazing. Ow! I'm noobing, help! Wow, that was amazingly stupid. Oh well, let's do something else. Yes, this is the Twister Clan War stream, but I don't have any matches just yet. So you have to wait another 20 minutes before you can actually see me commentate on the things. Let's see, you want me to drive something else? I will do that, but I will do that in a tank that I'm relatively comfortable in, which would be the Fury, because that's one of my favorite tanks. No, this is something I disagree with. A lot of people tell me that I shouldn't sniper mode, that I'm tunnel visioning and that I have no map awareness and everything. You can see by the way that I play and the things that I say about which tanks is where. It really means that I do have map awareness. I play better in sniper mode than I do without. And that generally means that I will play in sniper mode because that is what works for me. I can't force everyone to do the same. I definitely wouldn't advise it because everyone should have their own playstyle and decide for themselves what works for them or for me or not. But for me, this is what works, and sniper mode is what works for me. The first 4 lines that I went down were all TD, so I had no reason to ever zoom out. Yeah, that's useless. But luckily I have a good enough team that is carrying me. I don't even need to cap, I just need to troll him. I just need to be afraid of the people that are behind me, basically. That was a nice high roll. This is not good. I'm getting shot from behind. And I'm getting shot from in front. So that's not nice. Nah. They're all the way behind me. That doesn't help. Yes, I'm completely shit at this game. This is exactly why I have a 68% win rate. You try playing PC when you're really not used to it at all. Honestly, guys. Have some decorum. Don't judge me on a few battles when you have no idea how I play and everything. Lopani is actually sharing the link quite often in the chat. So, that was a nasty shot into the VK. Come on, Arl. Angle yourself a little bit. This is not really working. Arl's gonna die now. That's what happens when you have no clue of who's shooting you from where. Tiger P, please pull back. We have the point advantage. You need to do nothing but survive, and this is not how you do that. Oh my god. Let me see what happens. That's a kill. That's a good kill. Just 3 more tanks to go. I hope you can pull it off, IS2, because I don't think you'll have the Tiger Bee with you much longer. Get a nice shot in. Big shot. Shoot. Please don't miss. Why do you miss? At least the Tiger Bee is still alive, even if barely. He's not going to survive for much longer, I have a feeling, but... No, Spick behind you, IS2. Spick behind you, IS2. There we go. Good job, IS2. Ram him. Good. Now hopefully you can kill him off. Oh my god, is he shooting HE? Are you kidding me? Why? Why would you do that? He is killing people. But now he has 1 tank left to go. And I'm not sure that will go well. Hey, Tarif. And hello, Andy. I'm hoping this guy will survive it, but I have not much hope, to be honest. That does not help. Now you need to push forwards, not backwards. You need to see him. You're driving into rocks. That's not gonna work against in your favor. Come on, guy. You can do this. You can do this. Shoot him. No, don't miss. This is not looking good. Oh my god, he's still alive. Just take your time to aim, guy. There we go. That's how you do it. I was absolutely... This is why I drive the mouse, because I can take some bounces then. At least we won the mouse game, so that's something. Let's see, how many minutes do we have left? 30 minutes. I can do another one. Let me see what I want to drive. I'll not drive the mouse then, because apparently that's frowned upon. I will pick my IS7, which is equally troll but different. Let's see what happens. And yeah, I should get matches in 14 minutes with actual clan tournaments again. And then we'll get some interesting gameplay. So for now you have to watch me noob out on PC, because like I said, and like I'll keep saying, I have no clue how to play on PC. This is all new to me and I don't know the buttons. And again, I'll reiterate, for those that want coins, you need to watch through the portal, which Lopani has shared a few times and will share again, I've no doubt. And then you will actually get coins at the end of the stream. For me, sniper mode works. The first 4 lines that I went down were all TDs. And when you are driving a TD, you don't really need to zoom out. Because, well, you have no turret to turn. So anything you look at, you can shoot. Meh. At least I did more damage to him than he to me. Come on, girl. Nah, that's not good. This would go so much better if I had general auto aim. There we go, Gorill's gonna die soon. The Gorill is dead. That means I can switch back to AP ammo. And see if there's anyone I can shoot. No, there is not. I like having an IS-7 with some nice straw armor. Another fire. That doesn't happen often. Oh, he's still alive. That's sad. This will be tricky. No, that way. This is not looking good for my team. Come on. That's not good. Auto aim, yay. But no gun depression. Damn. Oh well. I can't spec any match that I want because it's actually Wargaming that says who I'm watching or not. So that was sad. I think I was doing pretty well for PC, even though it's an i7 and troll. Well, nearly 4k damage. I'm not unhappy with that. Again, I'll watch messages later. I generally tend to ignore friend requests without a message, just so you know. And I'll reply to people later. I just can't do it now because I honestly don't want to just stream anyone's messages. Let's see how much time we have left. 8 minutes. Okay, that means that I'm not going to start another battle now. Ludicrous, you're being quite ludicrous. So, feel free to PM me your in-game name and we'll see who's actually pro at this game or not. This game plays on the EU server. Lol. Okay, so we'll see what happens in a few minutes. The game room should be up. And let's see if we know who R2K is facing yet. Unknown. That should be interesting. They're going to be playing on Canyon, which is a map that I really like. And potentially Port Bay, depending on how many matches we get. So that should be fun. The chart is updated every 5 minutes apparently. I did not know that. But in 7 minutes we should have another match. Obviously I'm not going to be tuning with anyone right now. Because, well, easily said. Then I wouldn't be able to enter the tournament room. So we're just going to wait for that. And in the meantime you can look at my pretty IS-7 with the legendary camo. Which I quite like, to be honest. Because it's a sort of rugged, darkish look. I like some of the legendary camos that they have, like this one. I like this one less, but it appears a lot lighter on the preview image, and when you actually look at it, it looks so much nicer. That being said, I do think they're all way too expensive and that they're not really worth the gold. Thank you so much, Raresh, for that advice. I will definitely look at my button layout, because I'm honestly, like I said, I'm not used to this. And when you're not a PC gamer and you're only used to touch or console, suddenly trying to play with a keyboard is very difficult. Yes, I am from the Netherlands, to answer the comment that I just saw in the chat. And yeah, I'm just waiting for the room to start, which should be in some minutes. And it would actually be so nice if when everyone is ready, you could just enter the next match, because it's the time in between that gets quite boring, and then I have to entertain you with my noob gameplay, because I have no clue on PC and I would much rather play on my iPad. And most of my streams are on my iPad, and I can generally say that I'm quite a bit better at that than I am on PC. So of all the tier 10s, I have quite a few legendary camos, at least where I got. This was the first one that I got, because, yeah, this is something I'm not gonna get an attachment. It doesn't add anything. Well, it literally adds something, but it's useless. It doesn't add any stats in the game. Camouflage at least means that you don't have to spend credits on the camouflages anymore, and that your tank has a sort of special look that is not like the random camouflages that you can choose from. It's a camo specifically adapted to this tank. But the attachments actually mean absolutely nothing. They don't add any stats, they don't add any camo value or whatever. And they're even more expensive than the camos. Ah, there's the room. So we have RTK versus Unknown, and that's gonna be interesting, because these clans are both rather good, to make it an understatement. And it should be really fun to see what they do on these maps and how the games will go. So we'll see how this all goes. And I don't have a feeling that Object 3 is not going to be driving a Canervan into a tier 10 match. But you never know. Could be a whole new tactic that they've got going on. But I doubt it. So we have 4 minutes left until the game actually starts. The honor is being put into the team as well. On the other side, we have a lot of names that start with __K___, so we can't actually see who's who. And yeah. On the Unknown side, we have quite some IS tanks with troll armor, which with the combination of the mobility and the troll armor can work really well. And again, these matches are usually dependent on how the team works. If the team is in the right positions, if the team is building on each other, if they're focus firing, those are generally the teams that will win. So right now, with 3 minutes to go, pretty much both teams are ready, and it would be so much nicer if right now the match would start, so then we don't have to wait another 3 minutes with the lineup that we already know, with tanks that we already know. And technically, yes, they could be switching tanks still and everything, but it's very unlikely. And mostly it's just like, don't ready up until you're ready, and if you're ready, then you can start the battle. Lorax is not quite sure what to drive, but he is sticking to the IS-7 apparently. And now there's another one that's unsure, that is switching to an IS-4. So now we have 3 IS-4, 2 IS-7s, a 268 and a Batchat on the Unknown side. And on R2K's side we have 1 IS-4, 3 WZ-113s, a Foch, which Skate will absolutely love, a 268 and a Patton. And I like how generally people build their teams on either speed, on armor, or on big guns. And I like how these teams generally have a combination of all three going on. But basically the guns that we see, the big guns, are the mobile big guns. So like the 268, which is so fast and can get anywhere. The Foch with the troll armor and relative speed. It's just, I think that in Clan Wars mobility is key. And even though you do need armor, you do need tanks that don't take forever to get anywhere. So we have 1 minute left, well, 1.5 minutes left to go before we actually start the match. I always wonder what the teams will be saying on Discord right now, because I've no doubt that they will be all on voice together, talking about what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. And it should just be really fun to be a part of that conversation as well, as an outsider, because you hear more about what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it, what they're gonna need to think about and everything. It's fun. And I like that I'm now seeing comments in the chat about the whole camouflage thing that I've been talking about. But that's all with the delay. I just always want to make sure that no one knows what the other team is picking when they actually enter the battle, because that could give them an unfair advantage. And I want to avoid that. It's more, the delay is purely, between the battles, it's only like 3 or 2 minutes or something, so you don't need that. But you need it for the first time loading into the game, because like now, from the 3 minutes onwards, they all both had their teams. If the stream had already been going then, you would have seen the team line up, so could they, and you could potentially change what you're gonna do when you have the enemy lineup. So now we're actually going into the battle, which will definitely be interesting. I've no doubt about that. Dun 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 dun. And now we have to wait another 40 or so seconds before everyone is ready. Apparently the object 268 is going to base C, which I think is, especially from this side, it's a very good position to be in a lot of tanks, to be honest. Because of the slight hill there, you don't necessarily have to cap it, but you can troll cap it. So I'm just gonna go up, and we're gonna see what's happening. R2K is not going towards C, they're ignoring C altogether. And we're seeing that they are focusing on B and on A. The 113s are all going towards base A, which is where they're gonna be meeting a Batchat and possibly an IS-7. We have the pattern spotting and already taking its first shot. Unknown is already capping base A, but he's gonna get hammered, which is, he's basically lost all his health now already. And he has no choice but to run away as fast as he can. And we have the 113s that are using the buildings quite well and are now capping together, and there's not much Unknown can do to that, to stop that. We have the 268 and the IS-4 that are actually pushing through underneath base B and getting shots into the side of the IS-7, but they are taking some hits back. RTK is now troll capping base B. We have an IS-7 that is coming up behind him, so he has to be careful. He's actually changing position in a way that his team can support him, whereas Unknown is starting to push now. They're taking shots, but they're also dealing damage. They are capping base C with a very injured Batchat that is not really able to go anywhere now. And that is the only smart thing to do, but at the same time that means that Unknown is a gun behind. And we see the 113s that are pushing the IS-7 and the IS-4 over here. And they are being careful. They have the point advantage. Ow, Zert just took a massive shot there. And he needs to be careful, because he's now pretty low health. And RTK needs to try and keep their people alive, to be honest. They are firing some shots. They are taking damage. But overall, both teams are holding quite well, and they need to be careful that it doesn't go one way or the other. We have the Batchat that is pushing around. We have the Patton that is going after the Batchat, which is a good call, because HP-wise, the Patton should definitely have this. But the Batchat is faster, so he can run away. And the Patton is not likely to be able to go after that. But he is pushing, and he has really no choice but to. And the Batchat has to get away as fast as he can. The Patton is not going to miss that, and while Zerd dies, so does the Batchat. And the Patton has gotten quite a good lead there. HP-wise, it's pretty even, but RTK does have a point advantage. But at the same time, they are now pushing the 113, so they need to be careful. They need to focus fire. The 1 Mo is in serious trouble where he is, because he can't really pull back without getting shot. They are focus firing. Krito is one shot now, but so is the 1-mo, and there the 1-mo goes, he dies. So now they need to be extra careful. Fake Shokishin is in a lot of trouble as well, because he pushed whereas the rest of his team pulled back. And that means that Fake Shokish is now gone as well. So it's now 5 versus 4. They still have somewhat of a point advantage, but it's very tricky, and Winch is coming up behind with the pattern. And he's in a lot of trouble because he's a one-shot now as well. And Unknown is doing very well in hiding their one-shots and basically avoiding getting shot and focus firing very well. And even though they're all low health now, except for the Fosh and the 268, the Fosh is actually running away now because he doesn't have much choice. Now it's 3 versus 2, but it's very tricky. But they do have the point advantage, so basically all RTK has to do now is basically survive. And this is tricky. The Fosh can potentially make the push, but they have to be careful not to die. Because if they do, they are in a bit of a pickle, but at the same time they need to keep their base, so they have to make sure that they keep that base. And the IS-7 dies, and with that the Fosh can very easily push in. He doesn't even need to, because it's Winch that actually makes the winning kill. And R2K wins the match. And these are the kinds of games that I absolutely love to see. Guys, stop spamming refund requests, please. Sorry for the decline, that was not my intention, but oh well. And damage-wise, it's not all even that far apart. This was a close game, and I absolutely love seeing it like that. I love it when the situation is like it can go either way, and at some point the balance tips and one team starts cleaning up. But this really could have gone either way. So now we only have 2 minutes, well, 1 minute and 10 seconds now, where we can see if they change the lineup, what they're gonna do. Unknown seems to be picking an E5 and a 1-1-3, and they've lost their big guns, which can be really good or can work against them. Whereas R2K has switched their pattern for mouse. They've taken a bad chat, and they have taken an AMX50B, which can be really interesting, but again, it's very tricky to use autoloaders. They've now switched the AMX back, and they now have an STB, and the STB is a tank that, at least in random battles, I absolutely adore on this map. Because of the peekaboom potential that it has, and just the gun depression that it has. It can be really amazing. Now, they're not really sure yet about the lineup apparently. Unknown is missing a member. He only has 20 seconds to ready up now. And otherwise he might be in trouble. But at least he's back online now, so that will definitely help. So now we have 10 seconds left to go. Everyone finally readied up. I'm readied up. That's also important because otherwise I wouldn't be entering the match. And we're gonna go in with more mobility and less big guns overall. And this should be really interesting to see. I think that they're gonna push C with the mouse because, well, actually I don't know. RTK is pretty good in their tactics. And they don't always do what I expect them to do, which is something that I like altogether. And on the other hand, we have more mobility, so it will be interesting to see what they do this time. And if they're gonna change what they did last time, and not gonna push A, but push C instead. And if they do, I have a feeling that potentially the guys from Unknown have a better advantage at base C than RTK would have because of the way that the line of fire lies. And we're gonna go up again and we're gonna see what they're gonna do. Now, the Batchat is pushing towards base C, as is Winch in the mouse. We have RTK's, the rest of the team going both B and A. And this will be interesting because it's only the Batchat that's gonna go towards C. And I think they're gonna let them have base C because Winch is now turning around and taking an overview position. And RTK is gonna get base A, whereas Unknown is gonna take base C. We have the IS-4 and the STB both at base B. And the position of the STB is is a bit tricky, because if they were pushing towards A, he would not be able to get shots in. They're both not on the side of this hill as that I would expect. And Zerd is actually turning around now and taking another position, whereas Unknown has taken quite a defensive position back in their base. And that can be very tricky, because it might make them slow to react, and it spreads them out quite a bit. The Batchat has now gone near the mouse, but not quite at it. And the mouse does not know that he's there, but he's been spotted now, so the Batchat knows. And the Batchat, from the position that he's in, he can't get shots into the guys at base B because they're on the other side of the hill. And that's actually quite clever. And the only way that they can be there is because they have the support at base A. There's been very little damage so far, so the HP advantage is more or less on both sides, and it will be about who's... The points are even the same. R2K capped their base a tiny little bit earlier, so it's about who gets the most advantage. The Batchat has now come towards the mouse, and I think that we will be seeing some Batchat action there. The Honor missed a shot, but did take a shot there. And we have the one Mo that is getting shots into the guys near base B, but he needs to be careful because the IS-4 should not be able to shoot him. And he's now turning his attention towards the IS-4 that is overlooking base B. But they can't really do anything with the train track in the middle. They can't really cap B. They can't really do anything. So it will be very interesting to see what they're going to do and where they're going to push, because at some point something has to change and something has to move. Because the Honor is steadily losing HP. It's more or less point-wise the same and HP-wise the same. So there's not much they can do, and it seems that Unknown is pulling back together and starting to get ready to make a move as well. We have the one Mo in a bit of a precarious position there. Not necessarily because he can get shot right now, but he's the one that is the odd one out that can get shot. But we have the Batchat on the other side that's going to go towards base C, and I think he's going to try and cap it. And that would definitely lay the pressure onto Unknown. So that will be very fun. The Batchat is immediately reacting and going back, but I don't know if he's going to be there in time in order to cap the base. And, or at least decap it. Ooh, Ready to Boom just got some massive shots into him, and the Honor has lost quite a bit of health more. And it's tricky because now RTK still has the HP advantage. But Unknown is pulling together now, and they're getting ready to make a giant push somewhere, even though we don't know where it is yet. We have the Batchat is getting into a nice camping position. They are getting shots into the IS-4. They're focus firing as much as they can. We have the one Mo that is getting rushed now. And there goes the first player from Unknown, and it's very, very tricky. It's very, very close. Second player from Unknown just went down. RTK has the point advantage. They've almost won. There's no way that Unknown can basically beat them now. Unless they keep killing people, and people won't be killed fast enough. So now there's already Chime, and RTK has won on points. And this goes to show that it can be so tricky if you don't push in time. And RTK made a masterful move there with sending the Batchat towards base C to cap it, because that meant all the pressure came onto Unknown and they had the massive point advantage. So that was a great game. Loved it. Nice damage overall. And we're gonna see when the next match is in 19 minutes. And do we know yet who against? Let's see. Now they're gonna go up to alert. That will be interesting to see as well. I'm kind of curious how Codex is doing. But they're in the quarterfinals lower bracket. That's sad. I like them. So in 20 minutes we'll have the next match, which means, well, 19 minutes now. Which means that I will be playing another one game on the PC. And you get to see me noob some more. And I think I'm gonna drive the E5 mostly because, well, it's here. And it used to be one of my favorite tanks until they changed it so much. So let's see what's gonna happen. I honestly should be playing Supremacy because I'm better at that, and it makes it less... well, it makes it easier to manipulate the battle. I don't even know how to call out the map sections, to be honest. Not that it really matters, because generally teams don't really listen to... Yes, I have no idea what you're saying. No, Grill. Don't go that way. Go the other way, please. Oh my god, they're all going this way. Oh, in that case, I'm gonna do that too. This is something that I can advise you generally, that if you are playing a game and the team is not going into the direction you want it to, don't be so stubborn as to just push into the direction that you want to go into, because chances are you will meet the team alone, and that will get you hammered and you'll die very quickly. So in this case, I'm trying not to get into the Jaegers way too much, and I'm pushing together with my team to see what we can do. You always want to avoid getting shots, getting into the shots from your team, because that means that they would not be able to do the damage. This is a very tricky position to be in, to be honest. But there's the first kill. I did not get damage for doing that. The Grill is on a spot that is gonna get him hurt so badly. I'm gonna take out my Premo. Ooh, that was a nice bounce. They have a friend still. No, 5. Damn it. That was a shot that I did not need. I should have been able to fix that sooner, but this is me not being used to PC in the buttons. This is nice. I have an E100 that is basically meat shield for me. And it means that I can shoot the E100. I don't think I can shoot you that way. In these cases, when I'm in a tricky position, I don't even bother switching ammo. That was lucky. That was so lucky for me. Whew, I did 3k damage so far. This is very, very tricky. Thank you. Ooh, that was noob of me. That's not good. Yeah. Oh well. Hopefully the Grill can win this, but it will be tricky. This is interesting. This is quite clever from the Object 263. Because Grill does not have much movement possibilities. And now he's stuck against the rock and he can't pull back properly. Come on, Grill, you need to push. Shoot him! Oh my god. Why did you not use HE there? They have a nice E100 over there. Grill, you need to make the shot count. Fix yourself and shoot. There we go. Well done, Grill. That was way too close. But overall, kudos to the Grill for being able to carry that. 3.7k damage, not unhappy with that. I'm gonna give the grill a thumbs up regardless of what he's done, because he's... yeah, he definitely deserves that. And the enemy 263 was playing quite clever as well. So I'm gonna give him a worthy opponent. So that went a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest. Let's see how much time we have left. 12 minutes. I don't really want to risk it. I could potentially play a low tier match. Let's see, what seasonals do I have? Yeah, let's do this. Let's be completely noob and just be even more noob. Because tier 2 matches never take long, and either you die very quickly and you can enter the next match, or basically you don't die and you win quite quickly. So we'll see what happens. You have to survive a low tier match with me. I hope to do better than I do in the high tiers, because I really didn't need to die there. I so need to set all the buttons differently, because I'm not used to this. That was not the one that I was aiming for, but you won't hear me complain. Ugh, really? No. Damn it. I'm so not used to these buttons. I don't like the auto aim on the PC, to be honest, even though people say it's OP. I don't really get along with it, and it's hard to adjust your aim so that you can actually shoot the tanks that you want to shoot. No, we didn't. Yeah. That's useless. That's better. No, that's useless. Don't do that. Oops, there's a wall there. No! Why? Oh well. At least we're winning. Fast tanks and PC and me don't get along. So yeah, it will be quite some time before I dare play mediums and high tiers. Let's see how much time we have left. 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk another one then. Let's see in the meantime if anything interesting has happened with the chat. So in a few minutes we should have another match, and we will be seeing R2K versus Alert. And again, not checking any notifications now, I'll check them out later. If you do send me friend requests, send a message along with it, because just friend requests I generally tend to ignore. Just so you know. And I'm really looking forward to the next match. Let's see what map they are on. We're gonna be Faust. Oh, I love Faust. Faust is basically what I said yesterday about it. It's pure chaos. It's so much fun. You have upper levels, lower levels, tunnels, everything. You can get shots all the way across the map on some points. It's just absolutely lovely. And let's see how other teams have been doing. We have Elm versus First, which is no real surprise. EZ versus H1Z1, which is interesting because I had quite expected Mate to be there, to be honest. And then we have Imperial Gord versus Loka. Not really surprised all that much there. We have Elm versus Imor. We have Novter versus Legion, the first team. Then we have the second team, Legion versus BPS. And Alexan versus Raid. So that should be interesting. All the games, to be honest. All of this is interesting in my opinion. It's also interesting to see some of the clans that have been knocked out already. But I really like the fact that it did strongest versus weakest with the whole matchmaking. And that's not to say that the clans with the weaker stats have less of a chance, because in the end it's a team that wins and not 7 individual players. But it means that you don't get the repeat of what happened in the spring tournament, where you had lots of really strong clans that got knocked out very, very early, because they just had the unlucky disadvantage of getting in a very strong group in the beginning with the preliminary matches. So that will be, this is a lot better that way, and we'll be seeing some really excellent gameplay throughout the whole tournament. And after today, we have a stream, I think it's the 18th, not quite sure, let me check that. Yeah, the 18th, I believe, on a Tuesday, will be the first one next. And that will be just... Those will be the 8 best clans from... I'm not going to be tuning with anyone right now, sorry guys. Those will be the 8 best teams from the EU server that will be going against each other in a round-robin fashion. Which means that everyone is fighting everyone. And the one that wins the most will eventually go on through to the next round. Where we have 4 teams where the same thing happens. And after that we have the finals, and that will be on October 13th. So that will be a lot of fun to watch. I'll be streaming most, if not all, of these tournament days to make sure that you get to see the action as well. Because I'm expecting quite a bit of amazing gameplay, and I'm really looking forward to A, being on front row seat and being able to see it myself, and B, also being able to commentate on it for you guys. Because I really like doing this. And I don't say that I'm an expert, I know that I'm not. But overall, I do believe I have some insight when it comes to clan wars. I'm team captain for my own team. I've participated in clan wars before. I was in... well, let's just say I've got enough experience, and I feel that I see things in the battle that are worth commentating on. And that's basically why I do this. Not everyone agrees with the way that I do it, and that has mostly to do with they feel that because I don't play tournaments regularly, I don't have that insight. But the same thing is that you can stream for 2 kinds of people. You can stream for everyone, or you can stream for a specific kind of group. And the problem that you face is that if you stream for a specific kind of group, a lot of people won't understand what you're talking about. Because a lot of things that I say are things that I know that the pro tournament players are also seeing. They see this, they read the game the same way that I do. But the problem is that that is not always the case. And for a lot of players that don't play tournament on this level, it's basically really difficult for them to see what's going on, see where the battle turns, and where the changes come and why one team won and the other one didn't. So that's basically what I try to focus on, to just commentate on the stuff that makes it easy for everyone that's watching to follow the game. So yeah, I'm just hoping that people enjoy the way that I do it. If you have any pointers, feel free to contact me on Discord and give them to me in hopefully a polite fashion, because I would generally appreciate that. And I'll try to take it into account for the next time, because in Spring Tournament I was co-commentator with either Gentle Fun or with Skate Ice Cream. And this is me doing it myself. So that's different. But anyway, onwards to the matches. We have some bet chat. We have some WZ113s on both sides. We have some IS4s, T268 of course on both sides. Then we have the STB, which I find a little bit tricky on this map because of the lack of armor, but it does have the mobility and the gun depression to be pretty amazing in every map, in my opinion. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's strong in Clan Wars. We have a T57 Heavy, which can work out really well. And we have some IS7s on the other side and more IS4s. So it looks like that RTK is focusing more on the mobility and focus fire, and Alert is focusing a bit more on the armor of the team altogether. So we have 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go before we actually start. Both teams are completely ready and it will be fun to see. Like I said, I love this map. I love seeing what people do because you can go so many ways with this map. And in a way, it always reminds me of Tier 1, and that's to do with the fact that 14 players can go 14 different directions and I'm doing 14 different things. While in in other maps, to be honest, at Tier 10, people generally tend to stick together a little bit and have a bit of team forming somehow, somewhere. So this will be very different than randoms, obviously, because you have the whole teams and they work together as teams, and the team basically that is the most team. I'm saying team a lot here, but yeah, the team that plays as a team is generally the team that will win the focus fire, everything. That's very important. You should never play like you do in randoms, because you need to share HP. You need to, if your commander says to push, you need to push regardless of what that does to your own health. And whether or not you get blasted to hell, because if you can sacrifice one tank and you take out 3 of theirs, it's worth it. And that's the kind of stuff that is a mindset that is very difficult for people to get to choose. And to basically surrender themselves to that. So we have 10 seconds before we start the game. And I'm really looking forward to it. And we saw this map yesterday with RTK as well. And it's just such fun. I really want to see what happens. So we have 3 IS4s, an IS7, 268 and 2 WZ113s on one side. And we have the Batchat, the IS4, 268, STB, T57 Heavy, and 2 113s on the other side. And that, to be honest, is, well, they have a bit of an HP advantage on the Alert side, but not much. And apparently they want to move as a group, which generally makes sense. This is why I like seeing what they're doing. We're gonna be seeing what they're doing, and the Batchat is gonna go to base C, which is the obvious choice because he's the fastest one to get there and the fastest one to get out of there. Whereas the rest is gonna go towards base A. Whereas Alert is abandoning base D altogether, just having 1 cap. And I think the Batchat could be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't get out of there very, very fast, because he's gonna be spotting people very soon. He's just capped it, and now he needs to get the heck out of there. He's losing health now, and he's using the cover that he has very prominently, very well. Whereas the rest of RTK is near base A. They're capping base A, which means that they will have 2 bases. But now Alert is, of course, capping C. The Batchat is trying to get some shots in, but it is very tricky, so he's now started his reload again. RTK is moving around towards base D and base B. And this is what I love about this map. You can go anywhere in any position. The bad chat has to be careful because anyone that sees him can shoot him basically. And he's going to go back towards their spawn together with the 113 to probably overlook what they base D, C, I suppose. But now R2K has pressure on them because they don't have the bases. And they don't have the point advantage. So they need to be doing something in order to get it. Alert is quite spread out, but they are in a position where they can easily support one another. So they have to be very careful with that. Most of the tanks are spotted now. There's some shots going left and forth, and so far only R2K has lost health. And that is very tricky. They now are capping base B, but that is very tricky because there's an IS-4 and another IS-4 coming in soon. Object 268 is taking shots, so he needs to be very careful, and he's putting back against the building. R2K does have a base now, but they're losing more HP doing it. And Leon Vick is now pushing Zerd, and that is very tricky. Zerd is trying to get away, and that will be tricky as well because, well, Faust, you have a lot of shots going into a lot of places. And the IS-4 is now left alone, so I think this would be the obvious choice as a target. But it is very tricky. Now Alert is capping base B, and they need to stop that from happening, because if Alert catches 3 bases, basically it will be very difficult for R2K to do anything. But they did manage it. They didn't make the push onto that. They're trying to get kills, but it's actually and the bad chat is taking some damage. And they're not really doing the damage that they should. You have the STB and the 113. They are steadily doing some damage, but not enough. And it's very little HP is lost everywhere, but the bad chat is taking a lot of shots. Now we see some movement in base B, where we have the IS-4 getting focused on, the one Mo ignoring the guy behind him, the bad chat running away as he reloads, and it's now Leon Vick that needs to get killed very quickly if R2K wants to make a move. Now they took out 2 tanks at once there, which is very good for them. They've taken another base, but overall R2K just lost their first member, and they still have the disadvantage in HP. But now the third gun has been taken out of the equation for Alert. And just the one Mo and the Blue Steel are very much in trouble. Blue Steel dies there, but now the one Mo has 3 tanks around him. And basically Winch needs to push in quite fast to take out guns and see if they can keep their teammate alive. Now, it's very tricky. The point advantage is not really on anyone's side, especially when Leon Vick is holding base B, but he is getting focused on by 4 tanks now. And the one Mo is still alive somehow. Winch is going back towards 268. He's almost reloaded, so he's going to be able to take some nice shots into that. We have nice focus fire on the IS-4. That's out. Now, Winch is killing off the 268, and that's the end of this match. And again, this was a very, very close call. And I like that. Because at some point, it looked like it was all going to hell for R2K, and that Alert was going to be winning this. Guys, seriously, I'm not going to accept any... I'll look at it later. But for a time, it looked like R2K was going to lose this. And that's mostly because Alert had the point advantage, and they had the base advantage. And they could have gotten away with just being very defensive. But because it's Faust, and you can get shot from anywhere in any position, that worked out very, very trickily. And R2K managed to turn it around and win. But well done by both of them. And these are the battles that I like. They're so intense and they're so exciting. And when you think it's going one way, then suddenly it's going another way. And it goes both ways. And I think that in the beginning, it was very tricky for R2K because they weren't really getting shots in. And I think it's in the end, it's the fact that Alert was quite spread out. And that the IS-4 was on his own at some point, which allowed the Honor and Zerd to both push Austrap, I don't know the rest of the nickname, to push him. That what started turning the game. So now we have 30 seconds left until the next match starts. We see now that we have an E3 on R2K's side and a mouse. And on the other side, we now have an E5, and the I7 is gone. Oh no, they had an i7, I believe. And that's now the e5, so that will be interesting to see, because I think the is4 is definitely a good tank on this map. is7 not so much because of the gun depression, I believe, which can make it really tricky on this map. But here we go, let's see what happens. So on one side we have a lot of is4s again, 268 and e5 with the legendary camo, and 113. On the other side we have two 113s, we see the rocket going off in the sky there. And we have the 268, the E3, the mouse, and the is4, and the Batchat. And I think that has partly to do with the fact that base D is quite close and is quite an OP position for heavily armored tanks. That I think that they're going to be taking that cap and then possibly pushing into base B. I have a feeling that Winch always says the direction that they're not going to go in, but the Batchat is actually going there. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to push up. And this time we have the 268 going towards base A from Alert. And we have all of RTK except for the Batchat focusing on the base closest to them, with Alert pushing in quite aggressively. And the Batchat might be in trouble there because he might get pincered this way. Blue Steel is capping now, and I think that's a clever move because right now he's not yet spotted. But the moment that he does, he needs to pull back immediately. He's now spotted, he's pulling back, and he's getting a nice shot in there, but he's also taking a lot of damage with just one shot from the 268 because, well, a 268 has a big gun. So now the Batchat has to move, and he will not be able to get base A anymore. So now it's one base versus one base, with a slight point advantage towards Alert. And Alert is now also capping base B, so that will be very tricky again for RTK, just like the last time. E3 is in a good position there, hold down with the ramp. He's not able to get that many shots in unless they peek out too far. But that was a nice shot into the side of the is4 over there. We have the Batchat and Zerd in the is4 pushing the 113 that is trying to cap that has capped base B. RTK is now capping base C, which will give them a massive point advantage. They've already lost one is4 and the focus fire here is pretty good. And it looks like Alert is in a bit of a trouble. Even though we now have an E5 together with the E5. But the is5 only capping the base and the E3 is right above it. This is what I like. The minimap doesn't always show what's happening on this map. So now they have to be careful and focus fire. And that is very tricky because, well, Zerd is gonna die now. Because he won't be able to take another shot. And he's being very clever and trying to use what he can as cover, but he is dead now. And we have the Batchat almost dead, but now Alert has lost 4 tanks versus the 1 tank that RTK has lost. We have an is4 that is pulling back. They do have 2 bases now, but we have a lot of focus fire here with 3 tanks versus 1 near base B. And this will be tricky for any position, to be honest, and for any tank. Especially when you have 3 big guns, including a mouse in front of you. The mouse is just killing off, and now there's only 1 is4 left. And I'm just gonna zoom out. He's facing the 268 and the 113, and that's not gonna last very long. And look at that focus fire, 3 shots almost instantly, and there he goes. And that's the end of it. And RTK wins with flying colors. And for some reason this match seemed to be a lot less close than the last one. And I think it's because Alert seemed to push very aggressively. And it didn't work out. It can work out, but in this case it didn't. Which was unfortunate because it started with RTK then picking off all the individual tanks. It was absolutely lovely to see this. And I believe that is it for tonight. Let me just check that. Oh, no, we have another match tonight. That's fun. We don't know yet against who, but it's the grand final of tonight. And let's see who that would be, because I don't honestly know. I think, oh, that's right, it was a double elimination. So it could be any one of the, I believe, Codex or Hapkey or the whole lot there. But I'm not entirely sure. Oh, no, that was yesterday, so that's not it. But who are they up against? That's the question. Let's see if it says anything for alert. If it actually loads, that would generally help. No, they don't know it yet either. They have different maps, so it's not each other at least. We know that much. So in 90 minutes we have another match and we don't know yet which one. So I'm gonna be... Let's do another seasonal, see what happens. And we'll see who they're up against later. So I'm just gonna do the defender now. See what happens. At least it's supremacy, even though I hadn't switched to specific supremacy only. Let's see what happens and if I can actually make this work. Because PC is so difficult for me. I'm gonna see what I can do. The reload on this tank will give me time to think, so that will help, hopefully. And let's see what I can do. Defender is a tank that when it first came out I really liked it, but after that it's a little bit boring somehow. I don't quite like it. Not that it's bad, I just don't quite like it. It would help if you would not just like push me out or something. Ooh, they're at base C. That means that I think I'm gonna cap base A, see what happens. Who did I spot? Let's see if I can get some shots in. Well, that was useless. There we go, that's one. 4 seconds left. I would like to see a target, thank you. There we go. Now I have a 20-second reload, so that means it gives me time to cap the base. Come on, pull back E75. There we go. Not too bad. I have 1 shot left. Come on, Waffle. Do me a big favor and just stay there. Or just you. That works too. Not doing too much damage, but at least I'm getting shots in. And we have 2 bases, so we might be able to survive this. Come on, I need to reload faster. This is useless. Wow, that was lag. Damn it, he bounced. Now I'm on a long reload. That's not gonna go well. Come on. Ah, damn it. I hope you live, guy. Run away! That is not running. Aw, poor Waffle. I got a valiant effort for that though. Oh well. Let's see how much time we have left. 15 minutes. I can do another one. Let's see what happens. If I can actually win one. I so wish that I could play touch. But my iPad does not really survive that. BC, I agree. Affirmative? I can't say it, but you know it's affirmative. Let's see what will happen. At least I'm top tier, so I can be a bit of a bully. Depending on what the enemy team does. But I'm gonna stick with the... Well, that was useless. There we go. Now I have to reload again. Ten seconds left to go. I'm gonna rush that panther. I can't help you right now, guy. I need to focus on this panther. Well, that was useless. Why track shot? That is completely useless. There we go. Oh my god, oh, that's how we do it. I was gonna say, how do I reload, but I just found the R button. Wow, okay. That's not really nice of you. Wow, that was amazing. That miss. Well, now there's only one left. We should have this easy. You get Blitz coins for the amounts of minutes that you watch. Whether that's a lot of minutes or a few minutes. That's up to you, but you get for the minutes that you watch. There we go. Woohoo! I won! I did next to nothing, but I won. So that's something. Got some nice coins for that. Let's see how many minutes we have left. 11 minutes. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna stay in my garage and look at my pretty tanks. I have 42 messages. I swear I will look at them all after the whole stream. I don't watch any messages during the stream, so you'll have to just be patient for my reply. And let's see what else we've got. I've got this. This is funny. This tank has legendary camo. Has no other edition but the legendary camo one, and that means you can't get an attachment on it. Which I find quite funny. Whereas with this tank you can. And the gun thing you get is light and a gun. And doesn't actually add anything. I don't understand why Wargaming asks that much money for it. I don't have the tanks, I believe, where you can get the whole eagle kind of thing. But that just, yeah. The only tank that I like having something like that on is this. This tank has a pretty girl on it that you don't see in the battle. But that's basically an attachment as well. And she has a spear because... oh no, it's a katana. But yeah, that's sort of an attachment too. I don't know if they actually sell this tank anymore with the legendary camo. But I do like the look of it. It's green and it's colorful. It's just, it's nice. So right now we're just waiting for the room to appear. And that we actually can get some really nice games. I'm gonna look if we know which opponent RTK is up against yet. If we know that yet. Because that will be great fun. Regardless, basically. We still don't know who they're up against. That will be interesting because in 30 minutes they're supposed to have this match. Okay, it could be Codex or it could be CZ. And let's see. Oh, I believe that we are in a bit of a longer wait. 9:40? That's very, very late. That's in like an hour. I believe. That's not really hopeful. So that would mean that I would be here waiting for about an hour. Because these guys first need to battle it out. Codex versus CZ. And then they have to face up against Alert. Regardless of who wins. And then we see RTK versus someone. But that means that I will be here for another hour. And that means that RTK has to wait an hour before they play again. And that means that we have to wait an hour before we see more matches. That doesn't sound very promising at all. I'm just gonna be sure to check. Just in case. I secretly hope that this would be in 10 minutes. I'm secretly hoping that I'll get an invite to another room. It would be really nice if I could just say, yeah, because RTK is not playing right now, I would like to follow X clan or whatever. So that will be interesting. And I'm gonna wait just a few more minutes to see what happens. And if I get an invite to a room. But I have a feeling that won't be the case. And that means that you're gonna see me noob around for a little bit longer. And with a little bit longer, I mean about an hour. But yeah, we'll see. Just waiting a few more minutes. Because if I do get a room, it should be up in about 2 minutes or something. And then we will see whether or not I get another team to commentate on. Just taking a moment there to take a sip. Because all this talking, especially when you do it alone, makes your throat quite dry. So let's see. Yeah. In hopefully 2 minutes I know if I will have another stream or not. Let's see how it looks on the other side. We have Animal Through with either first Kraken S or Live against them. Then we have Easy Through with either H1Z1 or Mate or PLDK against them. Then we have Loka Through with 03 Pat or HSDE against them. Imor that either has Alem, Asa or Res against them. Legion versus Nova well, Legion that is gonna face either Nova, LWUA, or Win. And the other Legion versus either BPS, PAX, or US. And last but not least, we have LXN versus either Raid, First, or Czech. So that should be interesting. Fun matches all around. I have a feeling I'm not gonna get a room, because I haven't got an invite yet. I cannot honestly reduce the delay. It's 5 minutes, not 7. And honestly, I don't want to, because I don't want people to see what other clans are picking in the tournament. So right now, I need to pick another troll tank with some armor. I think I'm gonna go for the E75, because it's nice and armored like that. I'm gonna see, can I afford this? Yes, I can. I'm not gonna be able to afford all the other ones, and I do want to have some credits left, so I'm gonna stick to this and see what happens. I'm gonna wait until the battle actually begins before I do anything, just in case I do get a late invite. It would be so nice if we could just say, okay, let me watch this battle. But that's maybe something that Wargaming can work into the system at some point. So in 3 minutes, those games are starting, 3.5 minutes. Again, I'm not tuning with anyone right now for obvious reasons. And I wouldn't be able to see the tournament room invite if it came up and if I was in the tune, because then it doesn't show. So I'm not gonna risk that. This tank has always been a bully. I always quite loved it. It's German, it has such straw armor, and it just looks quite wicked. And even though the camo on it isn't all that nice, it works for me, so why not? So now we have, let's see, 2.5 minutes left to go. I honestly don't know what to talk about. So if you have any ideas for me to either explain things or whatever, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll see if I can answer to them the best I can. So we'll see. 2 minutes left. I just keep checking because I don't want to accidentally miss an invite to the room, even though I don't think I'm gonna get one in the next hour or so before RTK plays again. No, 9:40 is in 1 hour and 4 minutes. Because they use British time basically to look at that. I'm not sure why. I'm quite bored like this. Lopani will answer CD Ingi, so I don't need to do that. In 1 minute, other people will start their battles. And I'm gonna be checking who's winning what and where throughout the period that we are waiting, because it will be interesting to see who's going through and who's going through where. And we will be waiting a little bit longer, and then we have the next match in about an hour. 0 minutes remaining, 35 seconds. So I'm just gonna wait on this screen. I like how the tanks and the twister that they're up down looks so sort of realistic and fun, and then you have the very cartoonish Twister season logo. It doesn't really go together. And it doesn't fit together color-wise that much either. The white stands out way too much. Okay, so they're all in battle now. Which means that I'm definitely not getting an invite to a room. I'm not going to be platooning with anybody. And I'm going to be checking out friend requests and everything later. So I'm going to be playing the E75 now. No supremacy, which means that I'm going to be going to that side. To be fair, the honor rages at everyone, even his own team, and even when they're in battle together. Okay, so let's see if I can spot anyone, because that's obviously what a heavy is designed for. Spotting. Even though I'm an E75. They do have a Death Star. I would not like getting shot by them. But it doesn't look like they're here. Let's not stand out here in the open. Let's see if we can get some damage. And which would probably be easier if my team didn't shoot them straight away. Well, that was useless. The IS-8 is already dead now. I can't shoot you. You have to move. I've done 0 damage so far. I want to get at least a shot of damage in. That's not nice. I'm being very, very properly useless. Yeah, I just need to go elsewhere, see if I can get some shots in. Oh, hello. I did damage. Wow. At least I won't end up at 0. No, don't pull back that foe. They're already dying. I can't really shoot anyone. This must be the worst game in this tank that I've had. Let's see what happens. No, that is so unfair. Oh well, there's one. And now there's just the Death Star left. And I have a feeling he will be killing the E1. There we go. But not very probable, probably the grill. Nice shot by the grill. Now he's gonna take a very big shot into him. Unless he misses. Wow, that watch. Wow. He HD'd himself to death. I did get a nice scout patrol duty though. So I must have gotten some spotting damage. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna screenshot that one. Just for the fact that it's nearly 5k spotting damage in the E75. I did absolutely no damage otherwise. That was special. So that was funny. So that's obviously not really working out for me. Let's see what else we can drive. How about a big TD? I can understand people not wanting to have me play low tiers all that much. So let's see what I can do in this. Let's see, where are we gonna go? Oh, Leo's coming this way. What way are we going? I would like to go this way. I prefer this way. Yes, Frosh, I'm following you with my giant gun. That will hopefully catch some nice mediums. But I'm not so sure if they even went here. Ooh, they have. Come on, Grill. Wow, that was amazingly useless. How could I miss that? There we go, blind kill. That's not too bad. Hopefully that makes up for my noobing a little bit. I'm definitely gonna die now, but at least I got one blind kill there in. Well, I'm not gonna watch this. Let's see, I'm not allowed to drive the mouse apparently, so that's not an option. What else do we have? Thing is, I don't want to drive too fast a tank because that will make me just noob out all the more. Let's see what else we have. I used to be quite good in CDs. Nowadays I'm not that much and that good in it anymore. Let's try this one. Low tier. That's not looking all that good. But at least we have the mat advantage, which could work in our favor. Yes, I'm gonna go to A as well. I like A, but it's tricky to be at A. Why are you shooting? This is very risky, but I'm hoping that because I have some team support I get away with it. And it does help that they have gone to C. And hopefully we will have 2 bases. There we go. Let's see what we can do, where we can go and where we can get some damage. Guys, seriously, show some manners in the chat, please. I wish the auto aim would work already then. I got spotted. I don't like being spotted. Well, that was useless. Okay, that works. Oh, hello. Ah, that was mean. Wow. Okay. Goodbye. 0 damage. That's not helpful. Let's not watch that. Oh, we won that one. That's something at least. I seriously stop spamming me with tune requests. I'm not gonna tune when I'm in the stream. Let's see what happens. This is why I would prefer being in the low tiers, because I'm more forgiven for mistakes that I make. Because I obviously have no clue when it comes to BC. And I'm not good at this. I don't even know how to type and everything. Hopefully we can win this, because that would actually be nice. I'm not always doing bad, but the moment that I'm against someone, I am doing bad. We have the AMX here. And the other AMX. That doesn't look too good. That was a nice high roll. I'm more lucky than anything else, to be honest. At least the E75 is dead now, so that makes it a bit more safe to peek out and shoot people. Let's activate some consumables. There we go. Enemy team is steadily dying, even though I'm not doing all that much. There we go. This is not looking all that good, to be honest. There's a nice rock here that's actually keeping them from shooting me. That's nice. Ow. If only you knew how to use HE, then I might have been in trouble. Come on. There we go. Come on, guys, get A. Get A. Thank you. That's not good. That is good. Come on, drive into the base, please. Damn. We lost that. Why? If they'd only moved like a split second faster, we would have won that. I got very lucky there. Nearly 4k damage though, so I'm not unhappy. I can't seem to win on the stream, so that doesn't really help. Let's see how much time we have left. Well, 60 minutes until the next match that I probably also won't get an invite to. Let's see how the other teams are doing. So it's Codex versus Alert, and one of those will be facing R2K again. Or facing R2K. How did Codex do? 2-0, that's not bad. So on the other hand, we have... We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Well, we probably don't know yet for a lot of battles. So I'm not going to do that yet. So I don't know exactly. Decline. So I don't know exactly what tank to drive now. I'm not really comfortable in PC, as you might have noticed. I can't actually side scrape properly because I'm not good at using the buttons, especially for driving backwards. Because with the control pad you can just move your thumb to lower left and then your tank pulls back at a certain angle. With the buttons you have to push the opposite buttons and what you do when you were going forward and going one turn or the other. And I'm not good at that. I'm just gonna reply in the chat for just a moment. So let's see, what are we gonna drive? I think I'm gonna go for something that is armored and that makes credits. I've got quite a bit to choose from there. Let's go for German. Let's go for Löwe. Because I love the Löwe. Do, 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 do. At least it's supremacy, which is generally the one that I'm better in. I'm not checking Discord until the end of the stream, Bobby, just so you know. Because I don't want to get too distracted. Meh, that's useless. I don't want to be spotted. I don't know if I actually hit anything there. We do have 2 bases though, so that's definitely working on our advantage. There we go. Protoss taking some nasty damage there. Let's see if I can do some more damage. Yes, I can. Woo! Almost 1k damage now. And then we have a nice Borstig over there. Which, if he just stands still, I can do some more damage into. And I actually took out his gun. Come on. There we go. Bye-bye, Borstig. I got a kill. Woohoo! And I got another kill, but that was more or less a kill still, to be honest. So I'm not sure if that counts. Yes, I bounced on the top of the turret of the T-54. That's useless. Another kill steal. And then we only have the VK left. And I don't even know if he's gonna be able to die. Before we manage to... Oh wow! Top Gun for kill stealing, to be honest. That was amazing! I got a Top Gun for less than 2k damage. That's actually really, really bad. But at least I won, got some more credits. So that will help. So let's see if we can see how people are doing it. In 11 minutes the next matches will start, so they should have cleared who's through yet. So it will be, when we stream, when we see matches again, it will be alert versus code, either RTK versus alert or RTK versus codex. Here we still don't know, so that has to be tricky. Let's see. Okay. So it's actually live that is true. So it will be LM versus first or LM versus live. Then we have, let's see how this is going. Wow, okay, I did not expect that. PLDK versus H1Z1, and the winner of that, it will go against Easy. We have Loka versus either 03 or HSDE. Imor versus either LM or versus Res. And Legion versus Nov or versus Win. And the other Legion versus US or BPS. And we have Alexan versus either first or versus raid, so that will be interesting as well. Very curious to see what will happen. Again, I'm gonna be stuck in my garage for a little bit now, because I don't want to risk missing a room just in case I get one, even though the chances are that I will not be getting one for this set of matches either. And we'll see what happens. I'll very quickly check Discord to see what's being said. But my Discord is not loading, so that doesn't help. And I believe that that is basically a message that my phone does not want me to pay attention to it either. So Low is a tank that has been in the game since Germany won, I think it was World Championship, not sure. A championship when it comes to football. And they named this tank after the coach. And it's actually a really fun tank. I absolutely love it. It's got troll armor. It's a proper heavy for its tier. It makes credits like no tomorrow. And really good fun. I don't believe the stream is lagging. It seems to be holding up quite well. I believe. Let's see. And Discord is really not loading, so I'm sorry, Bobby, I can't check your messages just yet. I don't want a laggy stream. Wow, it is lagging a little bit, yeah. Sorry about that. In 8 minutes, the next set of matches will begin. But it's very unlikely that we'll be able to see any of them. Because I don't think I'll be invited to the room. I'm sorry if it's lagging, guys. Nothing I can do about that. We just have to hold on and hope it gets better. I can potentially change some settings. And see if that makes it better. But I can't change all that much. So hopefully that will make it a little bit better. I've changed the bitrate a little bit. The hard delay is 5 minutes. I can't change that. Sorry, it's lagging a little bit. Not sure why. I'm just gonna... I've taken my phone off the Wi-Fi just to be sure. I do notice that the frame drops are quite high. Can't really do much about that. Again, I'm just changing the bitrate a little bit, so that would actually should make things a little bit less laggy. But there's not much else I can do. And we'll just have to bear with it, basically. So in 40 minutes we have the next match. In 6 minutes the next battles are starting, but I don't think that I will be getting an invite again. So we'll see what happens. It will be interesting to see who is going through to the whole round robin series. It's just been... I love commentating on games. I wish I had more to commentate on, to be honest, because all this time waiting is not really interesting. I don't think watching me play on PC and me noobing out that much because I have no clue how to play on PC helps much either. So yeah, it would be nice if I could just say I would like to watch those and those battles. But I don't think Wargaming has it in hand either. But it's definitely something I'll be commenting back to them about. So overall, I'm gonna be entering another game soon. Just to make sure. I don't know why. It was working fine before. Let's see. I'm afraid, by the way, that if I restart it, that it will lose the thingy, the whole delay thing. Well, it will keep the delay, but that it will stream to a new stream and not the set stream. So that's the tricky part. So that's why I'm not sure if I can just reset it. Because then the portal link would no longer work. I'm not seeing any more frame drops, so I'm hope. Oh no, now it is dropping again. Guys, I've changed the bitrate. Hopefully that'll help. I can't just restart it because then I lose the portal link. So I'm very sorry for that. I am seeing more drops. Let's see. I'm gonna drop the bitrate some more. Hopefully that will help. Let me know if it's any better, because honestly I can't see. For me it all looks fine. I see everything moving smoothly, but that's on my PC. And I don't know why it's lagging. It should be better now anyway, because the bitrate has been lowered. If it doesn't get better, I'll restart it anyway, and people can only watch through YouTube then, most likely. So sorry for the lag, guys. I don't know what's going on, why it's doing that. My internet seems fine, but it might be lagging just a little bit. It might be that is why it's hiccuping now. For me, everything seems to be moving just fine, so no idea why, sorry. I've made the bitrate less. You're actually hearing me talk about this 5 minutes later, but yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can enter another battle, and maybe if it's my ping, I can just reset the Wi-Fi. And hopefully that will sort it. I don't know. I have 35 minutes to fix it, so let's go for another one. My ping seems to be as steady as it usually is. Yes, I want to go to base A as well. My ping is holding steady at around the same number that I usually get, so it shouldn't be my internet then. Could be the program that I'm using to stream. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Burke. But at least my game is acting normal, which makes me believe that it's not my internet. I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing, because if it was my internet, the solution would be simple. I would have to restart it, and then it should be okay. Ahow! That's not nice. That was very, very bad of me. I'm alive still, I don't know how. I'm a little bit scared to do anything, to be honest. Ah, that's sad. I think we're gonna lose this one, obviously. I'm not gonna watch this because, well, this was even more noob with me than usual. Again, me, PC, don't really get along. I'm glad that the stream is working again for someone properly, at least. I don't see any more drop frames, so hopefully this is it, and hopefully it will just work from here on out. Let's just quickly see. In 30 minutes, we will get matches again. So until then, you have to bear with me and my noobism. And see what happens. Let's do some E100. It's not supremacy. Just ignore the gold trolls, guys. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I can't say anything, I'll message you after the battle. Sorry, Toby. Ow. Do 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 do. That's nice. I like this Yege with me. He's a good teammate. Accidental teammate, but all the same good teammate. Come on, reload faster. Come on. Ah, screw this. I need to take you out. Witchy 100. He's talking about me. Ah, thank God the stream is okay again. There we go. Woohoo! I didn't do that much, but I survived. Oh, and not bad actually, 3k damage. Obviously, I'm not gonna be looking at anything else. But he said hi, I don't want to be rude. So I'm gonna say hi and I'm gonna upvote him. "25 minutes until the next game." To be honest, I'm pretty proud of myself for even daring to play tier 10. But I only drive relatively slow tanks because they give me time to think about which buttons to press. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, I can do another Louis battle. I can use some proper credits actually. Look at my credits, they're so low. The rest is a-okay, but the credits are very low. I think that's the Bulldog, isn't it? I quite like it. It's not an easy tank to master. It's definitely not an easy tank to play. But it's fun. Or do you mean the tier 9? Because that could be it too. I'm not sure. I'll check after the battle what they're named. Yeah, no. Okay, you mean the Bulldog. Bulldog is fun. It's fast. It has great HE pen. It is quite evil. And depending on who you're up against, it can be quite OP. But at the same time, if people shoot you, they will pen you and they will kill you. So it's very hard to survive in it. So you have to be careful. But with a bit of a team, and if you have a good peekaboo position, you can do really, really well in this tank. When the Bulldog that is. I can try driving it, but I can promise you that I will be absolutely noobing in it. Because of PC. Let's see if he stays there a little bit. Aw. Why doesn't he stay there? Well, there, or you die quickly. Wow, I hit the sand. I'm amazing. Come on, shoot. You know, actually, it would help if you actually pen the issue as well. Like that. That's a pen. Well, that was useless. Oh, come on, guys. We need to protect the bases. Ah, damn it. This is not looking good. Especially when I'm getting shot at. I can't fix. Why? Damn it. Oh well. This is what happens when you start with the bases but don't end with the bases. Let's see how it is. 20 minutes left to go. Let's see if we know some enemies yet. No, most people are still playing, or at least it hasn't updated yet. But it updates once every 5 minutes, I've read, so... Let's try this again. Get some credits. See if we can do a bit of good. Which is probably unlikely. Let's see what happens. The route that I take on this map to go up on the hill when I have a heavy is a bit tricky, and it can really work against you, because if they have a good spotter, it can be that you get spotted trying to go up Wow, that is what happens with the Bulldog that has no team support and is going somewhere too fast. That doesn't really help matters. But yeah, if you get spotted here and they have a nice TD camping in their spawn, you can be in a lot of trouble. And there goes the Bulldog. Got my first shot in. Woo. Wow. My team is getting absolutely hammered. That doesn't help. Well, that does help at least. But we can't actually get any shots into them right now. He's gonna risk a blind shot there. I didn't peek out enough for that. This is not good. Damn it, I'm taking damage. Come on, dude, kill him. Thank you. Ow. Damn. Oh well. This IS-3 is in a bit of a pickle now. He could potentially do this. But he needs to kill that guy fast. He's gonna get a mat behind him now, so that's gonna be tricky. Come on, dude. You can do this. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Come on, please do this. You can do this. Shoot! No! Oh my god. I'm sorry, IS-3. You did so good. I could not do good in this on PC. Ah, you did pretty good too, but reroll. Let's see how much time we have left. 14 minutes. I can do one more. Stream ends after the last match of the day, which starts in 15 minutes. So please be patient. I can't make time go any faster than it is. One more. I can't decide which matches I follow and which I don't. We can give a preference, and I have given preference to R2K mostly because I've seen them play before, I like their gameplay, and I find their gameplay interesting. So when they do play, there's always interesting stuff to go on, and that means that it's fun to commentate on. And as matches go on, it will get harder and harder, so there will be more and more to commentate on that is interesting to commentate on. But the thing is that for the matches that they don't play, like now, this is very boring for me as well. I would love to be commentating on tons and tons of matches, but honestly I can't, because I don't get to say, okay, R2K is not playing this one, so I would like to follow X for these matches. So this is just how it is. Can't help it, can't fix it, can't do anything about it. Yeah, too many guns here. I'm gonna peek around the other side. Let's see who we have here. That waffle's gonna die very, very soon. Meh. Oh well. There's no voting involved. You just watch, you get coins. Wow, this T34-3, he's being very lucky that the IS-8 is not paying any attention to him, and that he can keep the base while the IS-8 dies. So it's 4 versus 4 now. But we do have 2 bases, so hopefully, if they are careful, which I'm not sure they are. Come on, T43, don't just stay there, do stuff. Ooh, that does not help. Asaka is playing well. But they need to survive. That's basically all they need to do. But that will be probably very tricky, especially with the RU rushing. And the RU probably dying soon as well. Whoa! That didn't help. Oh well. Good effort on the 047's part. Let's see what we have. 9 minutes. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna stay in my garage and wait for the room, because this time I know that I will actually get one. And let's see if we know an opponent yet. So it will be Codex versus R2K. That will be fun. Then we have Alum versus First. All-Star Phages versus H1Z1. 03 versus Loka. Immor we don't know yet. Legion versus Win. And Legion versus US. And Alexander versus Raid. Now that's all to do with map awareness. I don't know your name, it's in Russian. But basically, you can be in sniper mode all you want, as long as you're map aware and have an idea what's happening. And that's my pro. My map awareness is very, very high. So these should be interesting matches. Which maps are we on? Dynasty Sprawl and Canal, both potentially. So let's see. I do not know if you can get coins for the NA server. I've asked about that. Whether people from different servers will get coins for watching the stream through the portal on the EU server. But it's not been answered, so I don't know. It looks like the stream is holding up quite well now. And we'll see what happens. In a few minutes' time, that is. I want it to start already. I've been waiting for this for an hour. Let's see, there was one that we didn't know yet. Do we know it yet? Res. It's Immor versus Res that we're gonna get. I'm very tempted to make a disclaimer about my sniper modding, because this is a question that I get so many times. But yeah, there's not much I can do about it. I might make a disclaimer and put it on my Discord channel. I did not know that 7Simon7 Gaming. That's actually very interesting. I did know about the IS, where that came from. But the rest not so much. So that's cool. So let's see. I want a room, I want to commentate, I want to show off what other people are doing, and I want to talk about it. In about 6 minutes the matches will start, and that means that in about 2 minutes, well, 1 to 2 minutes, I will get a stream, an invite to tournament room, that is. So we just need to wait and see what happens. I'm spinning around my Löwe because I love the Löwe. I will definitely also talk to Wargaming about the fact that it would be nice to be able to hop into another game if the team you're following isn't playing. And I will also talk to them about making the whole coin thing more clear, because that's the question that I've had tons of times in the chat tonight, and Lopani has been excellent in providing you guys with information about it. So we should get a tournament invite room soon. There we go! Woohoo! And I bet the RTK boys have just been waiting for this, because they've had an hour of doing absolutely nothing as well, which probably doesn't help matters. So we're gonna start with Dynasty Sprawl, which I like quite a bit. It's an interesting map, but the only thing I dislike about it is the fact that it's so small. And it's very hard to get a draw in this game, in this map, that is. Especially in Supremacy, it's pretty much impossible to get a draw, but yeah. All the same, it's a fun map, and I personally prefer the base C side because it has more interesting positions, and in encounter it's easier to manipulate the battle from there. But when you go with team stuff, like now with the tournaments and stuff, you can't really go for the encounter, well, not encounter, for the random battle mindset, because you have to think about what position will work best for you as a team. So we will see what happens. Now R2K is all readied up. We have an E3, 2 WZ113s, an IS7, 2 mice, and a 268. And I have a feeling that they're going to be going base A and B with this, because for a mice that works better than a C and B, because you have a different approach then. So now they're not entirely sure. The one mo might change tank. Oh, he's changing into an AMX 50B. That could be interesting on this map as well, especially if he has some support from some of the faster tanks. Now we have the honor. I doubt he's gonna drive a tortoise. We have 3 minutes before we actually start the battle. He's gonna drive a 263. That's interesting as well. That tank is so troll. I don't like driving it. I don't like maining it, but I like having it on my team. Enemy team is now starting to ready up as well. There we have an E3, 2 mice, 2 IS4s, an E5. And they're still changing a little bit. 3 mice? That is tricky because mice are very troll, but if the enemy team shoots away all the tanks around you, it might not really work out for you. But okay, 3 IS4s or not, they're still changing. We have 2 minutes left to go. And they're still changing it out around a bit, but you can see that they're mostly going for heavy armor, so likely they're gonna go for base A and B as well, which could make things quite interesting for R2K. And it will be fun to see what they do, because I remember, like I said, with the spring tournament, it was actually so much fun to watch Codex play because they thought outside the box and didn't really do what you would expect them to do, which is one of the things that I loved about watching them. So we have a minute and a half left to go. Both teams are completely ready, and I think we would all be happy to just be going now. But we still have to wait a tiny little bit, and then we all have waited an hour before we got the next matches. And to be honest, I'm excited both to watch Codex play and to see what happens. Because this is the first time I'm seeing Codex this time around, even though they were in the group. And if they're anything like spring tournament, they will be fun and amazing. 45 seconds left to go. And we're almost there. Honestly, can't really wait to see what will happen. And if they indeed are gonna go base A and base B. Because I have a feeling that they're going to be head-to-head over there. But like I said, Codex thinks outside the box. R2K doesn't always do what I expect them to do either, with the tanks that they've picked. So we'll only know when we actually enter the battle, which is in 7 seconds. Woohoo! And Codex now has taken IS-7 instead of an IS-4. But still, they have a lot of troll armor, some troll guns as well. But basically, it's all aimed at heavy tanks and armored tanks. I was waiting for that. In the spring tournament, they always started the battle with saying please win. And it was more like a good luck charm for them. I really like that. What is he saying? Oh my god, all the comments. Focus, guys. You need to play, you need to win first. So we're going around a little bit. RTK is going towards C more than I thought they would. But they might still be going for B. Codex is definitely going for C. With the troll armor that they have. And I think that means that RTK gets a free cap over there. And I think that means that the mice might just be in a bit of a trouble of facing all the guys from Codex. Depending on if they get spotted or not. The E5 is overlooking base B. Doesn't want it to get capped. Codex is not really moving for C yet. But now the IS-7 is turning and he's going into that together with the IS-4. RTK has the A cap, and now the mice have arrived at base B. They are getting spotted and their first shots being fired. And the guys at C have not yet capped and they are taking shots, and this will be very tricky for them. The 263 has not been spotted yet, but he is getting steadily shots in. Honor has been spotted, so now he probably needs to relocate. The mice are gonna make sure that the base B is not getting capped. Codex got base C now, but RTK has the point advantage because they kept base A earlier. And they're moving around and starting to focus fire on the mice here with a very ready to boom, very troll there. And he's making it so that the mice have to pull back. And it means they can't be that effective. And R2 ready to boom is taking damage there, but he basically just needs to hold them and troll them. While we have the rest of Codex that's taking position around base C. None of them is going to be able to get base B this way. And that means that they need to be careful, and it's going to be all a fight about HP and who holds out the most, basically. Codex did lose more health so far, but that can change around quite quickly. We have the mouse that is just holding. We have another mouse holding there. We have two mice holding on this side, and they are steadily pulling back because they don't really have much choice. And RTK knows that they have the luxury of point advantage, so they don't really need to do anything but to just hold and not lose a tank in their team. So they're just holding where they are, and they will be waiting for Codex to make the push. We have one mouse that is starting to push a little bit on his own now. He's side scraping, but there's literally no one there that he can shoot, which probably doesn't work in his favor. And he's being more forwards now, and that is very tricky. We have Winch that is keeping an eye out for that direction, and he knows that there's going to be some peeking around there. He bounced a shot and got shot into the Codex mouse, so that's some more HP advantage to RTK that way. And right now this is a pretty still game. We don't know really what's going on. There's not much going on anywhere. Everyone has set positions, which on its own is really good. But it is very tricky because, quite frankly, Codex needs to make a move. Because RTK has 40 points advantage, which means that is one tank. So they need to kill at least 2 tanks for Codex to get the point advantage back. And that is... well, that's not going to be easy for them. Ready to Boom is the one that is most alone. But he's not getting himself spotted. We have Winch holding off a mouse and side scraping like a boss from buildings that aren't really there, and bouncing some nice shots there. And RTK is just holding. They're sitting it out. They have the luxury to be able to do that. Codex is now starting to make a move, but they're making a move towards the middle in a mouse, where they have a mouse holding it, so that's tricky. They're capping a base, and they might get it, and if they do, they have the point advantage. But that is tricky. That costs dirt a lot, and now they have the point advantage, and now basically the advantage is on Codex's side, and RTK will need to make the move. We have 3 guys here that are going to rush the mouse, and they are going to try and focus fire, but it's hard to kill a mouse. So we have these 3 that are going to kill a mouse. The mouse pull back behind the other mouse very cleverly. And that's going to be tricky because there we go, first tank down. RTK has lost a lot of health overall, but they are focus firing. The mice at base B are likely going to die soon. But now we have a mouse here that is almost dead. Then we have an IS-7 that's going to be targeted next. And the WZ is already focused on that. We have Winch getting shot quite steadily together with Blue Steel. But Zerd is there as well. Only one tank is above there. And R2K is already won on points. And that was very clever by R2K, driving into base B and just keeping Codex from getting points from that match, from that base. Very clever gaming, and I love this. Damage-wise, it's not all that different. I think the win came when R2K killed some tanks, and that basically pushed it over the edge, because it was pretty still gameplay for a little bit, and that had mostly to do with them both having one base, and R2K had this slight advantage, so Codex had to make the push, and they did so expertly with base B. So I really like that, but unfortunately it didn't work out for them. But again, this was thinking outside the box on Codex's part, and with R2K at the end as well, with driving into base B to avoid them getting any points. So in 1 minute we're gonna get another match. Zerd seems to be going for the STB, which is a tank that he's been driving quite a bit. The Honor is now in the 1A3. We have an E3, so there's quite some big guns. Well, we're definitely going to see a different tactic around this time, I think. Whereas the enemy team has stuck with the 2 mice, has taken an Object 140 and an E3, and lost some of the IS tanks that they were driving. So that will be fun to see what they do differently as well, because both teams seem to be set to do something different. And that will be, like I keep saying that, it will be fun to see, because these matches are so much fun to see for me. I love that. And I love being able to commentate on it and say what's happening. Dun 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 dun. I like, by the way, the name of the enemy E5, Spazi Jalapeno. With the Death Star, I always think that's a very tricky Clan Wars tank, because yes, it can do great tons of damage, but it can also die so easily. Please, please what? Please win. There we go. It's back. Ah, you trolls. And they're also doing a shout out for their clan leader's YouTube channel, Explode Gaming. So let's see what else we've got now. Now they're going to push towards A and C again. We have Zerd in the STB going towards C. And I think he's mainly there to keep them from capping C. And since the enemy has an Object 140, they are going for C as well. With quite a few tanks, but he's spotting a lot now. So Zerd has to be careful not to get shot to hell for being there. Especially with the A3 and the fact that he can get some really great HE into his bum that way. R2K is capping base A. Codex now has base C, and this means that Codex now has the point advantage. Zerd has a lucky escape there and is escaping with his health intact, but now Codex has basically the advantage, and it will be R2K that has to make the push. So this will be interesting to see what they do, because we have a similar setup to the last time where R2K is focusing around base A and B, and Codex around base C. But we have a lone Object 140 here, which is very tricky. And Winch is now calling attention to where they are. He's pushing around a little bit, it seems. But no one is actually coming there to bait him. So now he's just holding where nothing is happening. And we have a stalemate. And I think that R2K is holding these positions as they are. Mostly in the hope that Codex will get bored and will start making a move. And I don't know if Codex is going to be able to do that. We have double side scraping over there, which is a very clever tactic, because it also throws off your auto aim a bit. We have Winch still holding. we have Blue Steel being spotted by the Object 140 and Zerd as well. Now Winch is pushing in, Ready to Boom is following as well. They're taking shots and they're going through the enemy base, and that is actually quite clever, because that can mean that they can possibly pinch to them. But at the same time, when Codex knows that it's going to happen, and they know that 4 tanks are over here, they could be making a push from the other side quite easily. So the mice keep themselves spotted, they're side scraping quite expertly, and the STB and the 113 are absolutely doing nothing. And it will be... something has to start moving soon, because quite frankly, if it doesn't, then Codex will win on points, so they have to kill a tank. But right now we have one mouse that's all alone, and that will be very, very tricky, because Codex is regrouping towards the red spawn basically, and the first shots are being fired, and I think that means that they have to make R2K has to make a push, or they're gonna win. They're gonna lose this, and they have to make the push pretty soon. Not because they just need to kill a tank basically, and preferably 2 to make it safe, because they're gonna lose HP doing this. We have the Honor that's not managed to fire a single shot. But this is very good play by Codex with the way that they're holding. They're making it basically impossible for R2K to do anything. But the pressure is definitely on R2K for this. Things need to start happening, because they already have 730 points. And they need to avoid losing one of their own while they take out one of the others. So this will be very tricky. The mice are now starting to move. So we have movement. And I think they're going to go for either the IS-4 or the Object 140. We have the E3 that's starting to get shots in. And honestly, it doesn't really matter if they lose HP, as long as they don't die. The mice are getting shots in. And now the IS-4 is being forced back. We have Winch losing HP. We have shots going on all over. The one Mo is already quite low on health, so they need to be careful. I think R2K is in a lot of trouble here. They need to focus fire a lot for this to work. And one Mo has just died, and that has given Codex another push. So now they really need to focus fire, and they need to kill very fast in order to win this. And that is not looking good. There are some nice shots being taken into the mouse over there. And if R2K manages to kill that mouse, then they have a chance, but they need to be very careful. There goes another 2 kills. It's a very close game, this. This is awesome. And the mouse are bouncing shots left and right. The Honor is moving in, and it is very tricky. They need to make that kill in order to get anything done. And it doesn't seem to be happening. Well, no, R2K made the kill. Oh my god, they're actually winning. This was way, way, way too close, guys. Wow. But well done to both teams. These are the games I absolutely love. This was so close. And kudos to R2K for managing to push at the exact right time. Because even though they lost a few tanks, they managed to survive that. And they managed to win that. Wow. Those were some awesome matches. So that's actually it for tonight. R2K is through to the next round. Let's see if we can see anything about other yet. First is through and Elam is out. Then we have, let's see if it's done yet. Easy is through at the cost of H1Z1. Then we have, let's see, Loka is through at the cost of 0 for 3. Then we have Res is through at the cost of Imor. Legion is through at the cost of Win. This is still going. US versus the other Legion team. And Raid versus LXN. Raid is through. So these are the matches that we're going to be having in the round robin soon. The only one we don't know yet is Legion versus us. Well, not us, but you know what I mean. So that will be interesting to see who's through from them. because otherwise Legion will be in the finals with 2 teams again, just like Spring Tournament, which would be wicked. But that's it for tonight. I'm gonna be back streaming when the next matches happen. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. I hope it didn't lag too much. And thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys the next time again.